Good, though. I'm glad you. All mom born again.
All right, it's 10 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to say good morning and welcome to this year's athletic Letterman ceremony for our Lake Hamilton High School class of 2023. It's my pleasure to stand in front of you as we celebrate the achievements of these student athletes who've dedicated themselves to sports over the course of their high school careers. We're joined today by many family and friends. We're also joined by our youngest student athletes here at Lake Hamilton. This is our 7th grade class of student athletes. And the reason we bring over our 7th grade student athletes is because we want this ceremony to be a sort of encouragement to our 7th grade students to stay committed and to finish what they start. 7th grade students, it's going to be very easy to give up on a sport or an activity over the next 5 to 6 years until you get to graduation. There's going to be many things that are vying for your attention. And our goal for you, 7th grade students, is to finish strong and stay committed to what you start here at Lake Hamilton so that when you become a 12th grade student, you'll be receiving a 4-year athletic medallion as well. I'm honored now to introduce you to our special guest speaker for the day. I mentioned his name over here, and a few of the student athletes went, "No way, the Philip Butterfield." That's the name we see on our records. And so we're excited to be able to have Philip join us today. Philip is a Lake Hamilton graduate from the class of 2009. While at Lake Hamilton, Philip was a quarterback here for us, among many other sports, and was the quarterback for our 2008 state championship football team. And he earned lots of individual honors and accolades. After graduating from Lake Hamilton, he signed with Arkansas State University on a full-ride scholarship as the highest-rated recruit in A-state history for that time period. He was number 1 on the Sports Center Top 10 highlights during the 2010 season for a touchdown pass, part of 3 consecutive Sun Belt Conference title champions and 3 consecutive trips to bowl games. He received an MBA, and he now works at Stevens Incorporated in Little Rock, where he's married to Brittany. This past fall, Philip was inducted into our Lake Hamilton Sports Hall of Fame. Please join me in giving a warm wolf welcome to Philip Butterfield.
It really does feel like yesterday I was in their shoes, I can assure you. Good morning. It's a little nasty outside, but it is a wonderful day to be alive and to thrive. First of all, I want to thank the administration for having me back to spend a little time with you all. Lake Hamilton played a tremendous role in my life development and trajectory, and I'm going to be forever grateful. You know, the majority of teachers, coaches, administrators that you see today, even though they might have changed roles, they're the same ones that I had about 15 plus years ago whenever I was sitting in your shoes. They're dedicating their careers, their lives to try and provide a better future for you, and the next generation. Second of all, I want to say congratulations to all those that are being recognized today. 4 years of dedication and commitment is not an easy feat. But I want you to think, doesn't it feel good to look back and think what all you went through, who you went through it with, and what you accomplished? So tell me this, a little more interactive segment so you can raise your hands. For those seniors, how many of you are proud of what you accomplished? You should be. Now, for all those that raised your hands, how many of you did it all on your own? That's a good, they passed. So that's my first big point that I want to focus on. Whether you play a team sport or an individual sport, no one can accomplish it on their own. You need a coach to mentor you, to train you, to give you a chance. You need a teammate to make the big block or set a screen. You need a family member or friend to make sacrifices you take into practice or games. In our society today, you hear self-promotion, that self-centered mentality so much, and I can assure you that selflessness will take you a lot further in life. You can ask Coach David Church. We had talented individual players in our teams, but we were all focused on the bigger picture, the team, selflessness. I don't want to stress to you that life after high school is not much different. Now, I want to give a little attention to those underclassmen. They may be thinking, well, I'm not the starter, so why should I be sacrificing all this time and effort? Or, well, I'm not going to be playing college ball or professional sports, so is that commitment even worth it? A quick note, there was a study done a few years ago by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics that found former high school athletes are more likely to occupy high-status jobs than are people who did not play a sport. Furthermore, former high school athletes score significantly higher in the metrics of leadership, self-confidence, and commitment. I know it's nice right now with mom and dad footing the bill for your livelihood, but you're going to graduate here soon, and you're going to have to figure out how to make a living. There are numerous studies that show how successful former athletes can be in the real world, whether you want to be a doctor, teacher, coach, own your own business. Listen, I was fortunate enough to have success here, and I earned a scholarship at Arkansas State, but I faced adversity myself. 2 season-ending knee injuries, 4 head coaches, 6 quarterback coaches. That's not a perfect equation for on-the-field success. Quitting, leaving the team would have been the easy route. But one example, because I benefited from staying committed, one example, when I was searching for a career post-football, I ended up accepting a spot at the company I'm at now, Stephens Inc., one of the largest privately held investment banks in the world. And you want to know one of the main reasons I was hired? My boss was a former Razorback football player, and he recognized the skills that you acquire when you are an athlete. He also said his big initiative was to hire athletes because he saw how well-rounded they become in a career after sports. Time management, overcoming adversity, selflessness, commitment. Those are just a few skills that you pick up as an athlete. One more side story, our investment management team internally has been growing, and recently I had the opportunity to hire somebody myself. Want to know a little bit about who I hired? He's a former Lake Hamilton graduate, 4-year Letterman, and he graduated with high honors, so I recognize the skills that he picked up by being a former athlete and team player. So I'm going to finish with 2 main points. First, selflessness. It's one of the most underappreciated traits in life. As former President Harry Truman said, it's amazing what you can accomplish when you do not care who gets the credit. Iron sharpens iron. This is so true in what you're going through with your teams and what you're going through in real life after sports. Second, commitment. In a world, as Brian mentioned, in a world where we have thousands of choices every single day, arguments can happen with teammates. You might not be the starter, and it's really easy to give up. But you need to consider the bigger picture. My final quote from the Hall of Fame football coach Vince Lombardi: "The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their chosen field of endeavor." We're human, but our short-term choices affect our long-term outcomes. Even though it may seem pretty tough in the short term, running those bleachers, getting up early for practice, having to finish your homework at night when you'd rather be watching TV or TikTok, I can assure you that if you're committed to excellence, you're going to like your long-term outcome. I'm extremely proud to say that I'm from Lake Hamilton, and I'm grateful for my time here, the lifelong friends I've made, the mentors I had and still have. Thank you again, and congratulations.
Thank you, Philip. We will now honor our student athletes that have lettered in an athletic activity during their 4 years of high school eligibility. Each of our student athletes sitting down here today will be receiving a medallion. This medallion is to be worn during the commencement ceremony on May 19th at Bank OZK Arena. We'll start off with Braden Aiken, football. Daly Aiken, volleyball, track, and bowling. Serenity Bagley, dance team. Allie Ballard, cheerleading and volleyball. Colton Barentine, swim. Alexis Bigham, soccer and basketball. Tyler Black, football. Peter Bobner, tennis. Addie Brasfield, volleyball. Kelsey Bynum, softball. Jamarian Bird, football. Chloe Jo Carson, tennis, cross country, track, and swim. Matthew Cernat, soccer. Isaac Clenny, football and wrestling. Kai Conley, tennis and basketball. Mackenzie Cronin, track and cross country. Justin Crutchmer, football and wrestling. Dalen Davis, baseball. Alyssa DeLee, dance team. Madison Duke, softball, volleyball, and cheerleading. Andy Duran, soccer. Hayden Estrada, baseball. Carly Fountaine, cheerleading, volleyball, and track. Connor Goff, track, football, and wrestling. Riley Harris, football, basketball, and baseball. Samantha Haywood, dance team, tennis, and track. Brandon Hobby, football. Dorian James, track and football. Sophia Johnson, cheerleading and volleyball. Kaylin Jones, dance and basketball. Jackson Carm, wrestling and baseball. Riley Kilby, volleyball. Nicholas LaCava, football and soccer. Zeke Lackey, track. Ainsley Luton, soccer. Weston Lynch, football and baseball. Paris McCon, basketball, softball, and track. Cade Martin, track and cross country. Nathan Miller, track and cross country. McKenna Morrison, cheerleading. Patrick Nagasa, basketball and track. Devin Patel, track, bowling, cross country, swim and dive. Zach Pennington, basketball and golf. Olivia Pielmeyer, track, cross country, and basketball. Dalton Pitts, football. Allison Prim, dance team. Aiden Qualls, swim and dive, cross country, and track. Kobe Qualls, track, cross country, and swim and dive. Gretchen Reynolds, softball. Joseph Richards, football. Cody Rydell, wrestling and baseball. Silas Sisson, wrestling and soccer. Naomi Smith, tennis and track. Caitlin Spencer, dance team. Anne Marie Tice, softball and volleyball. Blair Turpin, track and cross country. Ben Varner, baseball, golf, and basketball. Audrey Waycaster, cheerleading and tennis. Caleb Waller, football. Michaela Williams, dance team. Wyatt Wolf, football, wrestling, and baseball. Emily Warden, volleyball. And Julius Ziegler, soccer. Let's give all of our class of 2023 Letterman a big round of applause. Congratulations. Again, 7th grade students, we hope you stay committed here at Lake Hamilton and finish what you start. You are already involved in our athletic department, and we hope one day to be medaling you before your commencement ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony this morning. Students, we're going to ask you to remain seated. We're going to line you up for a group picture, and then we'll open the floor for family and friend pictures once we take the group photo. Thank you.